Learn how to make blocks follow the player in Minecraft in a string like this, or in super large walls, or in fluctuating shapes. This is a super cool way to do speed building and just to set up large structures in Minecraft very quickly. All it requires is a couple simple commands, and I'll show you guys how to do all of that. Let's check it out. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is of course get yourself a command block. So simply type in /give and then the name of your player, and then just type in command and you'll see it autofill to command block. Alright, now we have our command block. So the base command for this is basically execute and then at player, or you can do at all entities, you can do the name of your player or whatever you want, but I would suggest doing either all players or just your player, probably just yours. Then you want to go run and then go fill. Then you want to go tilde. Now the tilde is actually kind of an odd symbol. Basically it's after shift is caps lock and above caps lock is tab, and above tab is this key where if you press shift and hold that key at the same time you get this little tilde. That basically just means wherever the player is, it'll do that. So let's say we're just going to want to fill in something really basic. We can go like that and then like this, or we're just doing 6 tildes with spaces in between. Then we'll just set the block we want to fill in. So we could just do something simple like a acacia log, just like that, doesn't really matter. Now over here we're going to want to put this on to repeat, and over here we're going to want to put this probably on needs redstone. It's up to you, but it's a bit safer to do that. Now once you press done, this is actually going to change color. Now you'll just need to get yourself a lever or like redstone block or just something that'll power this. And then basically kind of standing a little bit further away so you don't delete the command block. Flip the lever and you can see now this is basically being placed. It'll actually kind of have this annoying chat thing up here on the left. So what you can do to fix that is, first of all, let me just quickly go into spectator mode there so this doesn't keep pushing me. The other command you want to put in is you want to put in /game rule, then put command, and you'll see game rule command block output, and just put false like this. That'll basically make it so that now when it places these down, it will not give us that annoying filling one blocks message, because of course we don't really need to see that. So you can always just do it this way. You can basically just fly around and have these blocks follow you. It totally works, and it could be quite useful for, let's say, building a schematic for something, or maybe just placing TNT, or really whatever you want. Yeah, and of course you can go in like maybe F5 mode. You don't have to do this in spectator. You could even technically do it in, survival or something. The problem with creative or survival is it kind of pushes you around, so you can't really move freely. It's kind of blocking my movement. But in spectator, you're free to move wherever you want. Now this will actually replace blocks as well. So if we're going to go through like this tree, for instance, you'll notice it does replace the leaves with the acacia there. It doesn't just like not fill them if there's a block already there. So you have to be careful with this, but it totally can be used. Now, of course, if you want to kind of turn this off, what you can do is we can just go back here. And I guess I'll have to switch into creative mode for this, but we can just kind of flick the lever again here. It can always be a little bit difficult, but there we go. And now it's off. But there's actually a lot more you can do with this, because if you go here, you can actually edit the properties of this. So let's say we want to build a really big wall. What we can do is we can set a minimum and maximum height. So let's say the bottom of the wall will be at y60 and the top will be at y90 or something. You can always do something crazy if you want, but it's maybe best not to do something insane, or you could definitely get something to go quite laggy. Totally up to you though. And then we can just replace this here with, let's say, some diamond blocks or something just kind of simple like that. All right, and the command is now set, and once we flick the lever, it's going to place down the blocks. Now, something that's important to know is that this basically will not adapt to your heights. This is just going to stay at those Y levels. So you can actually see below us, you can just see that placing down. Again, of course, now if you're in there, you basically can't go through this unless you're in spectator. So you want to be kind of above or below it. But it is actually really cool because we can basically surround an area and on a wall instantly, which is really, really awesome. Just kind of going around it like this. You can kind of see we're about to block off this area of jungle just like this. And of course this wall can be out of anything. Now if we go into spectator, once we get down to Y60, which is actually quite low down in this particular world, just down to about here. If we go back into creative and kind of break some of the blocks above us, it's a little bit hard to see in here, but it is an interesting demonstration. Basically we'll see that what's actually happening is it's placing even down here underground in the stone. And of course, if we try and break this, it'll just instantly replace because that's the command is still running. And because it's directly above us, it'll try and replace that. So that's quite cool. I found you can again use this to build really anything you want. Of course, this can be adapted to crazy numbers. It's also careful. Might want to be careful when you're moving around because what can happen. You can always by accidentally set a block where the command block is and kind of ruin it. So it's always good to be careful with that. But these values can be adapted to anything. We could even go, something crazy like let's say 255 and make a huge wall instantly. And if we're careful here, which I wasn't, it actually just destroyed the lever there. But you can see here it did actually place a singular column. Of course, it'll be really laggy if you're placing in a lot of blocks at once. Anyway, as you can probably see, this is quite applicable to a lot of different things in Minecraft. You could place these walls however you want, or place kind of a thin wire like this, whatever you want. Just the Y level is only going to be adjusted to your height if you have the middle digits here be the tilde button and not be the just a set height there. So like if we did something like this, what we'd actually be doing is we'd actually be saying from our bottom height to 255. So like, let's modify this real quick. So if we go like this, and then we could go like this and have our height limit be maybe like, let's say 100, just like that. Now this will actually, maybe let's say 120 actually. This will create a really interesting effect as well, as again, if we just get a little bit further away, and maybe I'll just go into spectator once I've turned this on, because what this is most likely going to do, if I can actually see, because if I get in spectator, there we go. What this is most likely going to do, yes, is it's actually going to set something where we have an upper and lower limit to this. So it's actually happening. It's really, really interesting as it's kind of binding around from our height down to that Y level that we've set. So you can actually make some really interesting things that way by basically just kind of making something that's bound in one of its axes to having either the top of this or the bottom of this being that Y level that we set. And of course you can do that with the other side as well. So just a really cool trick. Again, there's so much you can do with this. Really cool for different stuff. And hopefully you guys will find the super cool trick useful as you build. Hopefully you enjoyed this video about how to make blocks follow the player and how to make these massive walls in Minecraft. If you did, make sure to press the like button. Make sure to subscribe, comment, share, all these things that help my channel and this video. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.